Hi everyone, Mike Stuchiner, Master Herbalist here with Z Natural Foods. And today's video is going to be answering a question, which is turmeric or cayenne, which is better for you? But before we get started, two quick things. First, for more information about me, please feel free to go to my YouTube channel, which is A Master Herbalist's Perspective. And Herbalist is with an S at the end, A Master Herbalist's Perspective. Next is the health disclaimer. The information you're about to receive is for educational purposes only and is not intended to treat, prescribe, or diagnose any general or specific medical condition, and is not to be used as a substitute for your primary healthcare providers, diagnosis, treatment protocol, or medical information. With that said, let's get rolling. So, turmeric or cayenne, which is better for your health? In order to answer this question correctly, it's first essential to define what the term better means and its relationship to specific foods that may affect your overall well-being. In this case, better is defined as something of higher versatility and nourishing qualities. So we must look at the nourishing and medicinal qualities of these specific spices and their specific effects when accurately defining the term better in this specific context. Every culture defines how and why an individual food is considered healthy based on various factors. According to Western medicine, healthy food is a substance that provides the nourishment needed to sustain healthy well-being and retain energy. Traditional Chinese medicine, otherwise known as TCM, looks at food from a slightly different perspective. According to TCM, food is not defined as healthy or unhealthy, but instead if it's the right food for an individual at the specific time. According to TCM, all foods have what are known as energies. TCM teaches us that foods have yin and yang energies, 5 temperatures, 5 flavors, and 4 directions. In these principles, yin and yang's actions is what are known as the general properties, and temperature is the extremeness of these properties. So in simple terms, yin is cooling, builds blood, and has what is known as a downward moving energy. Yang is warming, energizing, and has an upward moving energy. Next, in order to understand health in this specific context, it's vital to discuss how to evaluate the effects of a food or substance where we are ingesting. We believe a healthy way to assess the effectiveness of natural substances like foods, herbs, spices, mushrooms, on any individual is to look how each one of us may respond in our own unique way, okay? It's challenging to provide specific guidelines because we all have intrinsically unique differences in how we react physically and emotionally to what we consume. A great example is how traditional Chinese medicine evaluates an individual based on their current physical and mental well-being. According to TCM principles, many things may change significantly between an acupuncture treatment and herb consultation. Therefore, the practitioner will change the treatment protocol to balance any excess or deficiencies based on the patient at that specific time, where they are at that time. TCM methods actually may provide a healthier and more accurate perspective. Wholesome versus partsome. As we search online or in the aisles of a health food store, you may notice a wide array of turmeric and cayenne-based products. If the herb is presented in extract form, some of the facts you will want to very specifically take note of is whether or not the herb has been standardized and to which specific constituents or family of constituents. If it's a full spectrum extract, take note of the concentration level. For example, turmeric may be standardized, your turmeric product may be standardized to a specific percentage of what are known as curcuminoids, which is one of the many families found in turmeric of compounds. And cayenne may be standardized to specific levels of capsaicin, okay? In both instances, these are just one of the many active constituents found in each one of these spices. The umbrella term extract describes various highly concentrated variations that create unique variables for how these powerful spices are potentially used for their nourishing qualities. Some of the variables are defined in concentration levels. Full spectrum extract concentrates a food or herb as a whole, and it could be a 1-to-1, 4-to-1, 10-to-1, 25-to-1, 100-to-1, just to name a few variables. So you're getting all constituents found in that food in high concentration and in a well-balanced manner. Ultimately, full spectrum extracts are presenting to you a well-balanced whole food complex. Isolated standardized extracts often separate and focus on a particular family of compounds. It's essential to understand in this case that isolated standardization does not produce a well-balanced end product, but it may in fact provide a more targeted approach for a specific reason or purpose of using that food or herb. One of the main reasons people make standardized products is because the compounds considered in that herb, food, or spice are considered to be the powerhouse or I should say, the primary reason why the positive effects are occurring. But something else, and another reason why, is because there's this falsified belief that the body may not be utilizing these specific compounds as efficiently when they are presented in a whole food or full spectrum extract version. This information is entirely inaccurate. Many studies have actually proven that the overall effects are better and more balanced when all constituents are present. A great example is curcumin, a compound found in the spice turmeric. It is touted as being one of the most remarkable compounds for supporting a healthy inflammation response due to its unique mechanism of action, which is modulating nuclear factor kappa B, which is at the top and the beginning of the inflammation cascade. Turmeric has been shown to potentially support a more robust and broad spectrum benefits, and research has shown that curcumin-free turmeric extracts are as capable of supporting a healthy inflammation response. Another example of looking at things in their full spectrum, even though we're going to take a slight turn with this, is a study discussing the effects of the turkey tail mushrooms when specific constituents are not present. While the study is, again, unrelated to turmeric, it's another excellent example of why all the components should be present to obtain optimal results. A study discussing the polysaccharide K from turkey tail mushroom showed that when lipase was applied, it reduced the immunologic response of PSK by almost 80%. This shows the importance of associated lipids bound to the beta-glucans, and that just their independent presence is not enough to obtain maximal results. Turmeric, a traditional Chinese medicine perspective. Pungent and bitter in flavor, slightly cool in nature, turmeric acts upon the heart, liver, lungs, and gallbladder channel. TCM believes that turmeric can in fact invigorate blood and support healthy circulation, preventing what TCM calls stagnation. Stagnation occurs when qi and blood fail to move correctly and is one of the most common imbalances in the human body. It is crucial to understand that nothing in TCM is cut and dry. This imbalance is also known to cause a broad spectrum of potential symptoms because when stagnation occurs, it creates an environment to allow things to build up in that stagnated area. This phenomenon can also cause deficiencies due to the lack of qi and blood flow in other areas. Because turmeric has a cooling and dispersing nature, it's considered an excellent tool for what is known as heat stagnation issues like fever, depression, and pain. One of the many reasons for heat stagnation is what is known as sympathetic overdrive, which often will create too much cortisol and adrenaline. While turmeric's cooling nature has shown to have powerful effects on inflammation cascades, it also seems to be helpful for those issues caused by what is known as cooling-induced heat. So what is cooling-induced heat? This is a pathology that describes inflammation symptoms that worsen in cold weather, like osteo and rheumatoid arthritis, versus those that worsen in warm weather. This is why it's essential to distinguish between cool-induced and heat-induced heat. And if the individual has a naturally more cold or warm constitution at that specific time. Because remember, as seasons change, your constitution can change as well. Because our blood is fluid, it flows, it follows the same principles as viscosity of water. At cooler temperatures, it's more viscous, where it flows slower and less free. In warmer temperatures, it flows faster and more freely. So, if your body fails to maintain a warm enough body temperature, TCM principles state that your blood begins to congeal and flows less smoothly. As stated earlier, I just want to repeat this one more time. TCM looks at the individual and their responses to many factors, so there is no one simple answer for the masses. Although TCM principles dictate that turmeric is by definition a cooling herb, it is also considered a warm and spicy herb that warms and invigorates blood. However, the bitterness of turmeric is believed to drive the effects deeper and has what's known as a dredging effect on the body. The Chinese Materia Medica states that turmeric can disperse what is known as clumping in the circulation and powerfully restore flow, thereby an end result of reducing inflammation. Cayenne, an Eastern versus Western perspective. The late great master herbalist and naturopathic doctor, Dr. John R. Christopher, believed that cayenne was one of the most extraordinary medicines on Mother Earth. He believed the power of cayenne was crucial for supporting one of the major underlying causes of all that ailed us: poor blood flow, circulation, and digestion. He also believed that working up to 1 tablespoon 3 times a day in a glass of water was one of the most beneficial things someone can do for their overall well-being. A lack of healthy blood flow and circulation often weakens arteries, veins, and blood vessels, which is the glue that holds organs and the systems that connect them together. The body cannot function optimally if blood flow and circulation are weak. Bottom line. According to Western herbal theory, this is where cayenne takes the lead. And Dr. Christopher also believed cayenne is what is known as a perfect accentuator for all herbal formulas. In simple terms, adding cayenne to an herbal formula will make that formula work better based on the fact that it helps to get those herbs where it needs to go faster. Hot in temperature, spicy and pungent in flavor, cayenne enters through the heart, spleen, and stomach meridians, promoting what is known as yang qi, circulation of qi and blood, dissipating cold stagnation, clearing obstructions, and tonifying the stomach and spleen. In simple terms, TCM believes cayenne tonifies yang, which is a heat element, and resolves dampness and expels wind. Although, due to its intense nature, TCM does believe to prevent causing an imbalance, it should be used with some caution. Again, remember, the Western perspective is go at it full force. The Eastern perspective is sort of to bring a level of balance back to the body. While cayenne is a potent medicine that represents yang, the heating element, there is a significant flaw in Dr. Christopher's and other cayenne doctors' medicinal approaches to using this powerful spice. Their belief is going very aggressively and what I like to call putting out a fire with fire strategy. While it may work in some cases, it's not necessarily suitable for everyone. There is basically a simple lack of balance regarding nourishing the yin or the cooling element in that case. According to TCM, cayenne is contraindicated for those who present yin deficiency with fire symptoms. This is a pattern strongly associated with inflammatory conditions such as wasting syndromes. Although it should be noted that cayenne can be beneficial for those who present with imbalances driven by coldness, congestion, and poor circulation. It is also appropriate for those who show no signs of yin deficient parasympathetic exhaustion, presenting with increased sweating or a low-grade fever. So, is turmeric or cayenne better for your health? Which one? The answer is simple. After all that complex stuff, here's the simple answer. Both of these magnificent foods present powerfully nourishing benefit to those who use them under the right circumstances. Because we believe the individual and their specific circumstances at present dictate the path they should take, we look at presenting facts so you can make a well-informed decision. While cayenne and turmeric have many unique qualities individually, they also have similar benefits and may support one another in many of your intended goals. Therefore, the only clear-cut answer here is having a wide variety of herbs and spices in your diet daily, which will provide you with a profound level of nourishment to support fundamental aspects of your well-being. So, Mike Stuchiner, Master Herbalist here with Z Natural Foods. I hope this was a helpful video for you, and we'll see you next time.